It's a special election showdown in California's 32nd Assembly District. Last week, Eyewitness News spoke with the leading Republican candidate, Stan Ellis. And today, Will Silverstein sat down with the leading Democrat candidate, Dr. Cruz-Boone. Will, what did you learn?
Well, Michael, I learned that Dr. Cruz-Boone is self-aware. The D next to a candidate's name means it's an uphill battle in this Republican-heavy district. But if you get rid of those labels, what really does separate Cruz-Boone and her opponent, Republican Stan Ellis? You versus Stan Ellis, what are some of the things that you think really separate you two as candidates?
Well, I mean, I have fabulous hair.
That's a good line.
Came to mind, no.
Eyewitness News will not make a judgment on who has the most fabulous hair, but you can see both candidates on the screen here and make that call yourself. Meanwhile, the candidate with the blue locks is Dr. Cruz-Boone. She has served on the Bakersfield City School District, is a local college professor, and is also a mom. Now Cruz-Boone is looking for the title of Assemblywoman. Aside from the hair, Cruz-Boone laid out what separates her and her opponent, Stan Ellis.
At the end of the day, that's the biggest difference between us. I'm a teacher, and he's a multimillionaire. And I'm in touch with a different group of people who are experiencing a different day-to-day experience than he is.
Like several Central Valley Democrats, but unlike Democrats across the state, Cruz-Boone sees herself as an advocate for oil workers and a thriving oil industry, pointing to the first vote of her elected career against divesting from the oil industry.
Being a daughter of the Valley, and an employee of a college that just had a new science building that was in part sponsored by Chevron, that just did not feel like it wasn't the right vote for me.
One of the biggest hills to climb for Cruz-Boone is that D next to her name in a deeply Republican Assembly District. She's asking for voters not to vote solely on party affiliation.
There have been times that the Democratic Party has disappointed me. And I think there are people in this community who are registered Republicans, and there have been times where their party or their candidates have disappointed them as well. I think what matters to your listeners, I know what matters to me, is electing someone who represents our family values, our faith system, who understands our issues. We have all been disappointed by someone, whether they have an R or a D next to their name. And in the same token, I've been helped many times over by someone with an R next to their name, because all of the folks in this community who are doing good work put our community at the center of what they do.
All votes count the same. Cruz-Boone is looking forward to gaining one special voter in particular.
I just love my community, and I love my kids. And my daughter is on the precipice of turning 18, and the first time she'll ever have a chance to vote in a general election, it will be for her mom. And being a candidate worthy of her, worthy of change, worthy of my community, this is that moment.
For full interviews with both candidates, Cruz-Boone and Stan Ellis, you can head to our website, BakersfieldNow.com. Reporting in studio, Will Silverstein, Eyewitness News.